Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wednesday night edition of Inside the Headset here in Rutherford County, Region 4, 6A football. We're currently at Game 9. We're in Week 10, and we're going to start the show right off in Helena, Alabama, where a coach has already played his ninth game. But we'll start it off with the head coach of the Helena Huskies, head coach Richie Busby. How you doing tonight, Coach?
I'm good, Stuart. Good to be on.
Well, last Friday night, got into a good one, Coach. You played Stanhope Elmore. Tell me a little bit about that ball game. Came out a winner, 22-15, but it wasn't easy.
No, we knew going in we were gonna, it was gonna be a challenge. I felt like they were their defensive front was probably as good as any we have seen, and offensive front they weren't, they were good too. So coming off the region championship game against Calera, which is also a rival game, and locking up that home seed and the region championship, I was worried about our kids just being flat and tired 9 straight weeks, and you followed us and your listeners, and we've had 8 weeks of pretty intense games, 5 of which we've come back and scored late to win. And Friday night was no different. We scored with 33 seconds to go to win the game.
Well, and you go through the season and you start looking at your guys, and I'm sure a lot of them have, and we call them, bangs and bites and bruises and dings and whatnot. But when you play 8 games and there's no let up, I mean, you've really not had a chance where you can say, all right, let's try to start working some of these younger guys in, give, with some of the starters, slowly but surely. You just hadn't had that opportunity. If you threw them in, it was life or death. Either you score or you push or, whatever the case may be, wasn't it, Coach?
Yeah, we have, like you said, I mean, every game we've played this year has gone into pretty much into the fourth quarter. It could go either way. And when that happens, you just don't have a chance to play a lot of guys. So, not only 9 straight games in a row, but then you've played a bunch of young guys, and then everybody at this point of the season's got something they're dealing with. Every kid on the field's playing, not injured, but they're hurting in some area. So our off week came at a great time. We gave them Monday, and we're going to give them Friday off, and we've gone 2 days, Tuesday and Wednesday, and then tomorrow we're going to lift and run, and hopefully their bodies can continue to get a little bit of a break.
When you what's important right now as you get ready to go into this next big game, which is UMS Wright Preparatory. Of course, it's the next opponent on the schedule. It'll be a non-region game for you. But when you start to think about it, and you said it, Stork, here in Alabama, once you get to a certain point, you are going to have to put your boys on the bus and go to Mobile. And that's what you're going to do next week. And as you start to prepare for that, you got a lot of seniors, you got a lot of kids. What's kind of some of the philosophy you're going to roll through?
Well, we started this week talking about it a little bit. We explained to them last year why we scheduled them. UMS Wright has got a proud tradition. Their Hall of Fame coach, Terry Curtis, has won over 320 games in his career. He's won 10 state championships there in 20 years or 22 years. So not only did we find somebody in Mobile to play, but at the time we scheduled them, they had won back-to-back state championships. So we knew it'd be a challenge, but not only that, we would have to get on a bus and ride 5 hours and still be able to come out and play a good football team. And we scheduled it on purpose. Didn't look at winning or losing, just trying to prepare for down the road and getting our team ready to, if we're going to take that next step as a program, it's something that we got to prepare for. So, we started talking that this week, did a lot of fundamental work, a lot of group work, not a lot of contact this week, just trying to stay sharp and fast and but at the same time trying to give them a little bit of a break away from football for a couple of days, and the days we've been there trying to, reduce the collisions they're in.
We got a picture up of UMS Wright Preparatory on our broadcast right now, and it's a side shot of the stadium and everything, and I did have a shot of the front of it, a Coliseum type atmosphere, and it looks like they got some dollars, Coach. It looks like they're not a poor school. This is going to be a good treat for you, and like you said, it comes at a right time, and this is an opportunity maybe that you do pull up a two guy and say, you know what, we're going to throw you in for this series and see what you do. And if you do good, there could be something down the road. But you got to start taking a few chances, don't you, Coach?
Yeah, our intentions last week were to try to get another running back going, but we were in a dogfight from the very beginning, so we just had to do what we had to do. And yeah, UMS Wright's got a beautiful campus. It's a first-class program. Coach Curtis is a dear friend of mine, and everything about their place is first class. Their people, their coaches, their players. So it'll be a fun trip, and it'll be a great, clean high school football game with two teams that are very similar. That play hard, try to protect the ball, play good defense, run the football, and be sound in the kicking game. So it ought to be a lot of fun.
Well, and I don't want to take anything away. Is this the first time in your lifetime in your coaching career that you have been at 9-0, or has there been another time that you've been close to maybe having a possibility of a perfect season, Coach? I'm not familiar with your record as far as it goes back in the past.
Yeah, in 2017 we started out 11-0, and then I think my first year in 12 or 13 we were 9-0 at one point. Got beat last game of the year, or maybe the ninth game. But in 2017, my last year at Fultondale, we started out 11-0. So I've been there.
You've had the hot hand. I mean, you know where to go. You've had this hot hand before, so and that's kind of the fun of it is when you get to this point and you know how to handle the kids. That's the as my buddy says, well, everybody's got some ingredients. It's just how much you put in, how much I put in, and then what we come out with on the end is where we come out. But that's how you bake the cake, Coach.
Well, yeah, and at the end of the day, it's what I've been preaching to our kids all day long, all year long. It's just let's worry about going 1-0. Start next Monday and just go block and tackle and take care of the football and do those little things better than anybody else, and we'll be fine and not necessarily worry about that kind of stuff.
Well, and it's a nice reward for kids. It's that'll have the opportunity to get on the road, say yes sir, no sir, and show off the Helena pride and represent the town well and get on the road. It's an opportunity. Some kids don't get that opportunity, to travel, but in a group of guys like that, even though it's just an overnight trip, it'll be something they remember for the rest of their life, Coach.
Yeah, absolutely. And, our intentions were to go down on a Thursday night and spend the night, kind of make a bigger trip out of it. But with this COVID stuff still lingering, our Board of Education just thought it'd be best that we drive down and play, but it'll still be a good experience.
Yeah, you'll stretch it out.
Yeah.
You'll do some things and some team building along the way, and lots of good laughs and things, and a spades game here and there. So those kids will have a good time, one way or another. I mean, shoot, I rode a bus all the way from Litchfield, Kentucky, all the way to Washington, D.C. one time when I was a freshman, rode a Greyhound and had the best time of my life, so it's just what you make of it, Coach. It's what you make of it. Well, we're awful proud of you here on Inside the Headset, and we think the world of you and the Helena Huskies, and we hope you have a great off week, and we will talk to you for the last time next Wednesday night, Coach.
All right, Stork. Thank you for letting us be a part of high school football in Tennessee, and we've enjoyed every Wednesday night. Go Huskies.
Go Huskies.